Hello everybody! We are playing with 4 copies, I believe, of Rogue's Gallery. And this deck is called The Usual Suspects, after the movie, for which the card was made in homage. And I tried this once before, but I tried it with a copy of another card. Let's see. Let's put down Crooked Custodian. We will attack with the rat. See, he gets all the rats back next, right? And you can use them for card draw. Well, you're gonna need it, boyo. Alright, let's see if this will work. We want Path to Peril. Actually, we want to do an attack first, right? He's not going to block with the Fairy Vandal, will he? He'll take it. Yes. And then we do Path to Peril. And you lose all of your guys, but I get to keep my Shakedown Heavy. Which might be the guy in the lineup. They look similar, but not exact. I had a multicolored card from New Capenna called Meeting of the Five, and I tried to put it in a deck with Rogue's Gallery and it wasn't working, so as soon as I took out the 4 copies of Rogue's Gallery, everything started working again. So I decided I would keep this card out, I would just make that a separate deck. And I decided Meeting with 5 did not work with Rogue's Gallery. But I still wanted to do a Rogue's Gallery card. He's really... that's a fast, cheap, aggressive deck. And we can't stand for that kind of stuff. See, do I need any particular color at this point? I've got... oh, let's see, I need a plains, right? Because we got 5 colors in here. We've been doing so well on the land draws and the multicolors, didn't even really stop to think about it. Shakedown Heavy is a large part of that. He keeps drawing me land. I want to sort of save Rogue's Gallery until we have more than just one creature to choose from here. Your other creature, well, he was an enchantment creature, wasn't he? You already used up 3 of your security bypasses. They could bring them back with that thing. That's what he wants to do. Well, I guess we do what we always do. We attack first. And then we bring down a different threat. And that's good. If he has a board wipe, I don't want to put out Legal Shredder, but also if I put Legal Shredder out, then we'll get Elegant Entourage's advantage. And that's... I wasn't sure what the other creature was on the far left of the lineup, so I thought this could be... it could be an Elf Druid. They kind of got the same outfit there. So what I did was I found different suspects for the Usual Suspects lineup. Like, this could be the Shakedown Heavy there, or it could be Ogre Warrior. You know, they're both Ogre Warriors, but they look a little different. Anyway, Let's see, I guess I should play one of these lands. Forest, plains, or island? Island. Okay, then we put down the Shredder. Then I can attack with both. Get my draw. He's going to block. I don't really have a better way to go about that, do I? But I do have the right kind of mana. And I can put that down. And I don't mind throwing away creatures because I can get them back with Rogue's Gallery. And since he keeps giving me card draw and I keep drawing lands with it, I still got spells to use, whereas he's burned through all of his because he is so fast and cheap. And he's done as well. Alright, we'll go in and show you off the rest of the deck. Not show you off, show off to you. A Great Desert Prospector. I think I've got just one of those so far. Alright, so there's Meeting of the Five, and it was 5 colors, and I had all sorts of 3-color creatures in there. And it worked great for Meeting of the Five, and as soon as I took out the copies of Rogue's Gallery, finally got 4 copies of Wedding Announcement, so that's pretty cool. And my 4th copy of Jadar. I'm slowly increasing my collection here. Okay, so as soon as I took this out, Meeting of the Five just started popping off a lot better. But I did want to have a deck that's centered around Rogue's Gallery, and I wanted to have 4 copies of it. So it made sense, because it's for each color, you return up to 1 target creature card of that color. I should have a 5-color deck. And so that's why you see all of these lands that have the dual capabilities, right? And we got one each of the new Capenna cards that go in and give me one of 3 choices. And we've got, for the 1-drops, Grizzly Sigil, just take care of a 1-drop. Strangle, take care of a creature or planeswalker at the 3 level. And Torch Breath at X level, so if they get tougher than that, I can hopefully have enough land out to deal with them later. In the meantime, I've got one of each of everybody for, one of each at least, for all the prospects for the lineup. So we have Backup Agent, and he is definitely the guy on the right for Rogue's Gallery. I've got Legal Shredder. I think he's the one next to the Backup Agent. And then we've got Crooked Custodian, which is, you know, he's a contender for the Big Brute. Although we also have 2 copies of Shakedown Heavy, and we have Girder Goons too, as well as the little token creature that's a rogue. And so, you know, they all look kind of, there's the one from Join the Ogre Warrior from Join the Maestros, which might actually be one of the better contenders for that guy. What else do we have? We have Obliterating Bolt, which does 4 damage, and this way, if we get rid of a creature or planeswalker, we actually exile it. And we've got 2 copies of that. We've got Sten, Paranoid Partisan, so when he enters the battlefield, I'm going to choose a creature. Well, I have to choose other than creature or land, so I'm going to have to choose instant or sorcery. But we'll make some things a little bit cheaper. And the cool thing is we can exile him and return him, so if we have enough spare mana, if they waste their removal spells on him, maybe we can trip them up. Another way to trip them up, Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief. Some people don't stop to read this card. It's a legendary fairy rogue for 2/1 flyer. Whenever a player casts a spell that targets only a single creature other than Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief, you may copy that spell. The copy targets Ivy. So if I cast a spell like Strangle and it doesn't target her, I can copy it, right? But the spell would copy Ivy. It doesn't do any good to Strangle Ivy. So this is, if I'm going to copy a card, it's going to be something with a positive effect for me. However, if my opponent casts a good spell for one of his creatures, then I get to copy that spell and give the benefit to Ivy. So if they're not paying attention and they're looking only at helping out their own creatures, they may inadvertently open the door to helping me. A way to get my creatures in the graveyard. Cemetery Tampering. Hideaway 5. So it draws the top 5 of cards in my library. I get to exile one of those 5 face down, and the rest go on the bottom. then if I end up with 20 more cards in my graveyard, I can play that one exiled card without paying its mana cost. But really the key is I've got 4 copies of Rogue's Gallery, and they're going to show up early. They're going to show up before I actually need them. So you want to make maximum use of this. So you need cards in the graveyard. And a lot of times I'm dead before I even get my creatures in the graveyard. Like, they kill me without even killing my creatures. So this is a way to fill the graveyard, to get through my deck. And I'm not really looking to play the Hideaway card. I'll probably just make that a land or something. But that'll give me a way to get access to my creatures faster if I already have Rogue's Gallery in my hand. Shakedown Heavy was just a star of the first match. He usually is, because nobody wants to take 6 points of damage, so they always remove him from combat, and they can give me an extra card draw. So that's our card draw engine. We have 3 Paths of Peril. Those are the board wipes. We used one already to clear away all the small creatures, and if we get enough mana, we can destroy everything. We've got 2 Exhibition Magician. Say that 3 times fast. She is possible contender for the lady on the left as well. Maybe not as much, but possible. We can either create a green and white citizen creature token, which would benefit Queen all in all, or it would also benefit the Elegant Entourage. Or more likely, we'll create a treasure token, because we're playing with 5 colors, and we might need a 5th color with the treasure. We've got 1 copy of Queen all in all of Ruodak. So she's legendary. Her power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures I control. And if we do have a chance to create some tokens, there's a couple of places to create tokens, not a lot, but a few in here, then we'll get some White Soldier creature tokens as well in there. We've got Nimble Larcenist, which along with Legal Shredder there's a bird advisor, and he's a bird rogue. And I think he might also be a contender for the bird second from the right there. It makes sense to have a rogue lined up, right, as opposed to an advisor. So, is he the one in the picture? I don't know. I'm trying to find out. But when he enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You get to choose an artifact, instant, or sorcery, and exile that card. So there's a little something for us. We have the legendary Sphinx Demon, Rafine, the Scheming Seer. Flying, Ward 1, and whenever you attack, attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So he can quickly run away with the entire game if you don't kill him. We have 3 copies of Elegant Entourage, another possible person in the lineup there. Has Alliance. Whenever another creatures enter the battlefield under your control, target creature other than her gets +1/+1 and gains Trample. So that can also be a game ender in the right situation. Skyfisher Spider from the new expansion. 3/3 with reach. When he enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature, like if we have a 1/1 soldier token, and use that to destroy a target non-land permanent. When the spider dies itself, you can gain 1 card for each creature card in your graveyard. So that is another reason if we use Cemetery Tampering, it might be good for us to fill the graveyard and benefit from when Skyfisher Spider comes out. 1 copy of Helena and Elena, and you notice that we're getting into dual color cards, right? Because that gives us better choices with Rogue's Gallery. We do have a lot of single color cards. You know, we got blue, we got white, but here Sten is 2 colors, Ivy is 2 colors. So if we miss a color from something in our graveyard, the second color will give us another chance to get something. And it just the more colors, the better off you are. But I didn't want to go 3 colors with people. So Helena and Elena has reach, which is important, and they get the +X counters on another target creature where X is Helena and Elena's power itself. And Darling of the Masses is another contender for the lineup for the lady on the left. Maybe the hairstyle seems to match, if not the exact color for that time of day. But other citizens you control get +1, and whenever she attacks, you do create a token. So there's another token that the queen can benefit from. And another possible thing that we can sacrifice when Skyfisher Spider shows up. Sigardian Paladin, as long as you put 1 or more +1 counters on a creature this turn, Sigardian Paladin has Trample and Lifelink. When you have some connive targets like Legal Shredder or Rafine, that can come up quite often, so it's a nice little synergy. Also, you can pay 3 mana and target creature control with a counter on it gains Trample and Lifelink. So if we have something like a good Air Power Legal Shredder or Rafine that's been beefed up a little bit through connive and has a couple of +1 counters on them, we can give them Trample and Lifelink. We have Sigarda, Champion of Light. She's got Flying and Trample already. Humans get +1/+1, and she has the Covenant power that you can look at the top 5 cards of your library when you attack and reveal a human creature card and put it into your hand. We have one set of Girder Goons here. When it dies, you create a 2/2 black rogue creature token to your left, so another token. And join the Maestros, which is creating tokens. So we actually do have a pretty good token presence here to help out with the Queen and give sacrifice fodder. And finally, Zar Ojenin, Scion of Efrava, with Domain. Whenever he becomes tapped, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with toughness less than the number of basic land types among lands you control. So I'm looking at mostly using that on creatures like Ivy or maybe Helena and Elena, and once you pump up their power, then they pump up everybody else's power because they're going to add an extra +1/+1 counter on another creature. So that is the deck. I tried to get everybody in the lineup so that we actually have at least one copy of each of the suspects in the deck, because playing the regular game of Magic is not for us. We need to have extra limitations and extra challenges. We like to keep it interesting. Maybe someday I'll be one of those hardcore channel creators that only talks about getting into Mythic and creating the latest Mythic deck that's the best for the day and all that stuff. But for right now, I'm just amusing myself. It sounds dirty, but it's not. It's just Magic the Gathering. Forest, plains, or island? Let's do a forest. Play the tap land now, so maybe we can play Shakedown Heavy next turn with the plains. Virus Beetle. Gross. Let's put an expensive card away. Put the heavy down now before we lose another to discard. We'll get this card back because we have 4 copies of Rogue's Gallery. So if they want to throw more Virus Beetles at us, go for it. Oh, we lost another one. I think we're going to get it back later. It'll be cool. Okay, let's see. We need a swamp. We need a plains. I mean island. Let's go ahead and let's get the swamp there, in case he puts down some other cheap stuff that we want to get rid of before we put down Ivy. Uh-oh. That's the wrong kind of discard card. But we don't have Rogue's Gallery, so they don't know our secret plan. They probably want to get rid of Helena and Elena. Oh no, they want to get rid of Ivy. Interesting. Well, that means they're getting Helena and Elena out on the field. They've got a lot of cards though, so they like to do the discard. Creature goes away. Okay. I guess we'll do blue, because we don't have blue. I don't really care about using Path of Peril right now on a single 1/1 creature, so if they have another discard, I'm not sure what was nice about it. They made me discard all of my cards and then they leave. You didn't even staying around to let me show my trick. I was going to be able to get all 4 of those out with a single card and put them back in my hand. What kind of discard player quits when they manage to discard your entire hand already? I had only 1 creature. Like, you don't have more removal in the deck somewhere? You had like at least 6 more turns. Why doesn't this happen when I take my good decks out to ranked? How come they never quit on me like that? It's always when I'm trying to show off a deck, when I'm trying to do something, that people just don't want to hang around. And it seems like ostensibly they're winning. Let's see. I guess we'll do, hey! Hey! Okay, what is going on? It's not like I lost a lot today yet. Is Arena making up for like past times when they made me lose 3 or 4 times in a row? Gave me gems and everything. Ooh, Kotos. I think I have 4 copies of her now. I wonder if it'll show me if I go in here. Let's go check real quick. It doesn't show me there. If we type it in, will it freeze on me or will it find it fast? I think we may be stuck for a second. I think that's the first time I tried to find something today. But yeah, sometimes this game is tough to think that it's the game for you, because you want to sit down and have a nice game that's, you know, at least 5 or 6 rounds, you know, have a good drawn out kind of fight. And sometimes, you know, nothing goes your way. Either they knock you out in 4 rounds, or they seem to be doing okay and they just quit unexpectedly, or they quit just when the game starts. Sometimes it can be hard to get a good game going here. There we go. Okay, I do. I have 4 copies of that card finally. I always like to show that to you guys just so you get a sense that even though we're not spending money, we are filling in the holes in our collection. You know, maybe we only do like 85%. But then we've got the additional extra constraint that you guys don't have to have. We've been saving up all of our wild cards forever and not spending them. I think I let my son craft some stuff when I had some wild cards early on, and then I realized that every game that we play, all my son wants to do is spend all the benefits that I have, and then he loses interest in the game. So I told him, stop burning my wild cards, so I'm just going to save them. And we won 3 in a row. People are afraid of me. They see my name and they run. That's 3 matches in a row. I think the first guy said something. Mr. Discard said something to the other 2. Oh man, I'm going to get my 15 wins for the day and everything. What in the world? I have never encountered this before. Gee whiz, I get more than 20 subscribers and what happens? Nobody wants to play with me anymore. That happens on board games sometimes. I do have a reputation for being ruthless. Here, Liliana's General. That sounds like a brave person, right? They're not going to cut and run. I think Arena just used me like a bot, basically. Everybody that it wanted to lose, or it just put me up in front of everybody that was due for a loss or something. Alright, Crooked Custodian comes out. And we're dealing with artifacts. Just the facts, ma'am, the artifacts. Yes, I know it's lame. Those are the only type of jokes I have, are the lame jokes. Live with it. Do you want to trade? He does not want to trade. I'm sort of counting on him to have a non-basic land so I can use Field of Ruin and fix my mana. Urza, he's got 3 or 4 toughness. I can't deal with that. What's wrong with you people? An on-curve Urza Lord Protector? That's like... Okay, so you made me win 3 in a row, and now you're just gonna do this to me. Is that what the story is? Okay, that comes in tapped. I just need him not to have the Might Stone and the Weak Stone already. Woo, that was fast. I wouldn't even get rid of the Crooked Custodian. I'd just draw 2 cards at this point. Because he still needs to pay 7, right? So 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, he's drawn 2 cards. So I do need to destroy him. Blah, blah, blah. There's another way to draw cards. Thankfully, he used all his mana. Yeah, don't risk it. Shouldn't risk it that when you're that close to getting the Planeswalker, right? Okay, there we go. You get another life. Urza goes bye-bye. Ta-da! Now we know the fix is in if they get another Urza down in a turn or two. Okay, just Circuit Mender, that's all. Just Circuit Mender. Another Mine Worker. I'm willing to start trading off if you want to attack, buddy. He's just going to get life out of this. I kind of can't really afford to attack. Spectrum Sentinel can't afford to attack either. Okay, no non-basics from him. I know I said I need to fill up my graveyard, but the way that he's doing things... I guess with the Brothers War and how big and powerful the artifacts are, I should have checked this and had something in here to destroy artifacts. Like that guy. That guy's kind of tough. Let's see. He's willing to get rid of that just for the card draw alone. He might have a way to get it back. Let's go ahead. We'll do that. We'll do that. And we'll go ahead and attack with one. Should be willing to just take it. No, he gives up the Sentinel. Okay. He likes his large life total, does he? He gets 2 card draws out of that. Nice. That's a good idea. I think I'm going to use that when I get my Symmetry Matrix. What do we got here? Now you get to create Power Stone tokens for everything. He's just waiting for the other plant worker. The tower worker. What are you doing? Is he going to be able to resurrect all of the artifacts? Is that why he doesn't mind throwing them away? Oh, he's tapping now for the life? That's a mistake. That's a mistake. You know why? So I'm going to hit you here. You could have used those for chump blockers. Could at least traded them for Crooked Custodian or something. Now you could give up everybody for the Sigardian Paladin. But what are you going to do about the rest of everybody? Didn't have enchantments, right? They're all just artifacts so far. He's going to take it. He's got Roadside Reliquary there, so he's got another way to draw cards. My Rogues Gallery is worthless right now because he hasn't managed to kill a single creature. So you're not behaving the way you're supposed to against my deck. From a graveyard. Okay, I didn't have a way to get that back anyway. Although if he has more of those, that could stop me from getting creatures back. Got flying. There's another Circuit Mender. He's going through all of his card draw. This doesn't work with Symmetry Matrix. What are you doing? Your deck is flawed. Yet again, he's doing that stuff. At this rate, we'll never get 20 cards in our graveyard. What are you attacking for? This is just weird. I'm not sure what his deal is. You can go there. I've got reach on you. And in the meantime, I'm going to get rid of your roadside reliquary so that you can't do anything with that. And what do I need? I've got green. I need a... Probably another white source would be good. You don't have no combat trick. You're just going to do it for the Power Stone? The Power Stone? How's that going to help you? I don't understand what he's doing. I'm getting you worthless cards now. Alright, let's go here. We will create a token. We'll do Cemetery Tampering. Just because we can. We'll use one of those because we don't care, because we're not going to probably get 20 anytime soon. And we'll pump up these guys and we'll attack with almost everybody at this point. You gotta block somebody. My life total's going above 20, right? I feel very good right now. Of course, if he gets one Planeswalker going, if he gets Urza down... Ah, that's why he was going after the Power Stones. Okay, now things are going to change, aren't they? Okay, he gets to merge. He had just enough mana... Oh, he had his mana to spare. And now he gets to do things twice.
Prove you're worth my time.
Is he going to exile 2 of my creatures? That's going to make him vulnerable. You can't get to 10. Okay, so he got rid of the Queen, which was 9/9 at the time. Or sorry, she was 6 at the time. We had some counters on her. And you get rid of Sigaria.
I have no use for you.
And you hit me for 2 whole points of damage. Or no. Again. I don't understand that. Yeah, let's take action. Because he's just exiling my stuff. There's nothing that's actually in the graveyard. Okay, we'll do this to the Planeswalker. We'll get to connive. We'll get rid of an extra one of those. And we get to put a +1 on a target creature. We'll put that on our flyer. And we get to pump up other stuff. And we'll attack with just about everyone again. And he gives up the ghost. We beat an Urza Planeswalker deck. Something very strange is going on tonight. That gives me my 15 wins for the day. I got my first Thran power suit. Equipped creature gets +1 for each aura and equipment attached to it, and has Ward 2. And I've got a nice new deck that's going to go in beautifully coming up. I'm going to try that out. Yes. Thran power suit. I've already got a place for that. Alright, I guess we'll go in and show you the deck one more time. I won't make the video too long. I think this will be a short one, right? Because matches 2 and 3 were over in a pinch. And this is, I'm not putting together, I'm not biasing the videos, I'm not cutting them, I don't have time to edit them after work. Barely got time usually to get my 15 wins in for the day. But yeah, this is the deck. We didn't get to see Zaro Janin out and do anything yet. We didn't get to play Join the Maestros yet. We didn't get Girder Goons yet. I think we barely saw Elegant Entourage in one match, maybe, if I remember right. No Skyfisher Spider yet. You guys didn't get to see a lot of this, a lot of the cards play out in the deck. And I may have to do a whole nother one sometime when the game is not treating me very strangely. I've got 66 cards. I usually get punished at least sometime. I am so not used to winning 4 in a row anymore. I didn't really get to show the Rogues Gallery card. So this is kind of like the one we just did where I tried to use the original art, and we went on a week-long saga, and in the end we had to go to Sparky just to show off how the card works. We shouldn't have to do that here, but I might go ahead and bring out this deck again the next day or two and just see if we have different results on a different day. So remember to like and subscribe, guys. This has been Travis from Tpull's Corner. Thanks for joining me, and have a good one.